Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever and wherever you are. My name is Anna Rochelle, and we are here for mental subtraction part 2. If you haven't watched part 1, I recommend going back and watching part 1. If you have watched part 1, welcome back. We are going to take a look at mental subtraction with 3-digit numbers right now. Okay, so what does that look like? Let's take a look at the first problem that I have. I have 450. And I'm going to take away 280. And in the first one, we actually just had tens and ones. So it was kind of easy. We just broke apart the tens and the ones, right? In here, what we're going to do is we're going to actually break this apart into 280. Notice how when I read the number, I said 280, right? So that and is like my little signal for, hey, this is where I need to break these apart, okay? And I love this break apart and put back together method. It is my favorite method because it is so applicable for all math. I mean, all the way through calculus. It's phenomenal. All right, so we're going to take 450 and we're going to subtract 200. Okay, so that's going to leave us with 250. Now I know that if I have 50 things, I can't give away 80. So what's going to happen is I'm going to take this 250, break apart the 80 into 50 and 30. And the reason why I'm breaking this apart into 50 and 30 is because this is 50 right here, and this needs to be 50 right here, because that's going to give me the opportunity to go in and subtract 50, and I'm going to just be left with 200. Now, I know that when I subtract 30 from 100, I should get 70. So in this case, I'm going to get 170. Okay, let's take a look at the next problem. So I have 820 and I'm subtracting 280. You guessed it, I'm going to break this apart again into 280. So let's take a look at how this one is a little bit different or not different. We're going to take 820 and subtract this 200. That's going to leave us with 620. So I know that because this is a 20, I'm going to need to subtract by, you guessed it, 20 and 60. I'm going to break apart this 80 into 20 and 60 so that this 20 right here could be subtracted from this number, which will give me 600. Now I know that 6 plus 4 is a whole 10, right? Which I love. So I'm going to take this, and when I subtract 60, I'm actually going to end up with 540. Let's take a look at the next one. Actually, the next one is 540. And we're going to take away 260. You guessed it, right? We're going to do 200 and 60. Okay, so 540 minus 200 is 340. Okay, this 60 is going to get broken up apart into 40 and 20. So I'm going to subtract the 40. That's going to give me a 300. And then I'm going to subtract this 20 right here. I know, whoa, not 28, just 20. So this 300 minus 20 is going to be 280. Okay, let's take a look at something a little bit different. What if I have 120 and I'm taking away 50? Now, I did say in the beginning, we're going to talk about 3-digit numbers. Never said we're going to add another 2-digit number, but why not? Let's just do it for fun, right? So I'm going to break this 50 apart, and I want you to think about it for a second. Pause the video, take a moment, maybe discuss with a friend or somebody around you and say, like, what could we possibly break this number apart into? So you should have taken a moment and thought about what you would break apart this 50 into. And if you guessed 20 and 30, I think you did a pretty good job guessing, because let's take a look at what happens. I'm going to take this 120 and subtract 20 first. Do you see how this 20 and this 20 are kind of like in that same boat? Absolutely. So 120 minus 20 is 100. Then I'm going to take away 30 from there. Well, I know 30 plus 70 is 100. So 70 must be my answer. Let's try another one very similar to this. I lost it for a second, but now I found it. 540 minus 70. Go ahead, pause the video, take a moment, think about what this could be broken up apart into, right? Because this is the break apart and pull it back together method. Okay, if you said 40 and 30, you are correct. So we're going to take 540 and we're going to subtract 40. That's going to give us an even 500. Then I'm going to take 300, 30, not 300 away. And I'm going to be left with 470. So now I'm going to give you a chance to do this problem all on your own. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to give you a moment. Think about what you're going to break this apart into, pause the video, and see if you could solve it all the way through. So you should have paused the video. If you didn't pause the video, go back, pause it. Otherwise, you're going to get all the right answers. All the answers are going to be given to you. Okay. If you guessed that you were going to break apart 90 into 10 and 80, absolutely correct. So we're going to take 510 and subtract 10. That's going to give us 500. And then we're going to subtract 80 and we're going to get 420. All right, I hope that this video was helpful. I hope that you had all of your questions answered, and I will see you hopefully in another video. Bye.